This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, sunny skies are brightening this frigid day in the bi-state. Here's a live look at downtown St. Louis, where temperatures reached the mid-teens this afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn. Brent Solomon has the day off. A dangerous wind chill has moved out of the region, but we're already looking ahead to our next Arctic blast. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with our Weather First forecast.
Well,
Scott?
71 hours. That's how long the wind chill was below zero in St. Louis officially. That number rising at least into the single digits above zero this afternoon, with the sunshine and the wind slackening just a little bit, along with temperatures that are back into the mid-teens. Yes, it's bright out there right now. Yes, it's still cold, and traffic's moving much better right now than it did this morning. Take a look at your temperatures up to the north. You talk about more Arctic air. It is building again. Yellowknife up to Hay River. You get up into the Northwest Territories, well below zero. That air will be working its way towards us as we head through Thursday into Friday. And it looks like, once again, the Arctic air will return to the bi-state area just in time for us to kick off the weekend. Right now, though, mainly clear skies, and mainly clear skies are expected through the overnight hours as well. Temperatures are mostly in the double digits. Pittsfield's the only location still at 9 degrees, but even with those temperatures, we still have some wind chills that are below zero. Not as widespread as what we've seen, or as bitter as what we've seen either. So as we head through this evening, basically it's another cold night. It is warmer tomorrow. We should get above freezing, and that'll last into early Thursday. But then Thursday night, some light snow coming in behind the Arctic air, probably an inch or so for most folks. But as we saw last night, and we've seen it in the last couple of days, an inch of snow can do a lot of things and cause a lot of problems when it's this cold. The good news is it's not going to be as cold as it has been this weekend, Kay.
All right. We'll see you in a few minutes, Scott. And yes, we are hoping tonight's commute is much smoother than this morning's. We saw dozens of accidents and cars sliding off roads all across the metro. Here's video we shot this morning of an accident on I-64 at the Forest Park Avenue exit. Our Justina Coronel joins us now live in our storm tracker. She's on I-64 in downtown St. Louis. Justina, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, things are running smoothly. We just left downtown St. Louis, just past the Kings Highway Boulevard exit. And I'm going to flip the camera so you can get a live look of what we're seeing right now. Like Kay, you mentioned earlier this morning, it was a different situation. Now, AAA tells me they saw an increase in emergency calls for roadside service. Spokesperson Nick Chabaria said the bitter cold mixed with the snow caused problems on the roadways. Now, we explained curved areas or on ramps are considered trouble spots, and speedy drivers really need to slow down. Now, I also caught up with MoDOT District Maintenance Engineer Bob Becker. He said they limited the amount of treatment on the roadways because they worried it would melt and freeze right back over again. However, Becker knows there were still some icy spots, either from remaining snow or snow blocking back or blowing back on the roadway.
When it got on the roadway, it wasn't, we didn't have the ability just to melt it off and push it out of the way. And those are concerns. We're very cautious about that. We don't want to create a worse condition. So we were careful about what we were doing and trying to get that snow off of there. But in these conditions, everything works slower and it's harder to do.
Now, we're about to see that evening rush soon, so MoDOT recommends taking it slow and be mindful of some of those icy spots. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Justina. We have an update now on those frozen pipes at St. Charles City Hall. Tonight's City Council meeting will take place as scheduled. This morning's cold temperatures caused the water pipes to freeze, and there was no heat inside the building, leading to a decision to close City Hall today. Tonight's meeting is set for 7 p.m. Fire crews battled the bitter cold as they fought a vacant house fire in South St. Louis. Flames broke out around 3:30 this morning on Missouri Avenue near Utah and Jefferson. Right now, no word on what caused that fire. We're told the building is too unstable for investigators to go inside. No one was injured. Winter weather is causing problems all across the country. Wind chills dropped as low as 50 below in some areas. At least 7 deaths have been blamed on the weather nationwide. As NBC's Jay Gray reports, it could be another day before things start to thaw out.
Winter tightening its grip. 80% of the country right now dealing with bitter cold, snow, and ice. Just getting around in some areas, almost impossible.
There's so many car accidents. It's really bad.
Roadways turned to slip and slides. Runways shut down. Thousands of flights canceled for the second straight day. Even the South struggling with extreme conditions. Record lows across Arkansas just a week after storms pulled up trees and peeled away rooftops there. A state of emergency stretching across most of Tennessee with single-digit wind chills in Nashville and Memphis, while campers in Kentucky caught in the snow and cold temperatures are airlifted to safety. Snow falling as far west as Oklahoma, while in Texas, officials are urging residents and businesses to reduce energy usage to ease the strain on the state's power grid.
They're showing about 84.4 gigawatts of demand, 84.7 of capacity. So that's a very, very small buffer.
Even in places used to rough winters, this system is causing problems. Schools and businesses closed, snow piling up in Colorado, in some areas more than 4 feet. And in New York,
we haven't had snow in so long, so it's foreign to us.
The city seeing its first significant snowfall in almost 2 years. Jay Gray, NBC News.
And you can stay current with the Weather First forecast 24/7. Just text the word weather to 314-425-5355. We'll send a link straight to your phone. Now to a developing story in Washington County, Missouri. Right now, the Mineral Area Major Case Squad is investigating a missing persons case. Police say 44-year-old Donna I was last seen on Shirley School Road in Potosi 1 week ago. A family member reported her missing last Thursday. Right now, investigators aren't sharing any other information about the case, but if you know anything, contact the Washington County 911 Center. The number is 573-438-1079. The trial of a man charged with killing a St. Louis police officer has been delayed. Thomas Kinworthy is accused of murdering Officer Tamaris Bohannon in 2020. Police say he barricaded himself inside a home in Tower Grove and shot at responding officers. The trial was supposed to begin this morning, but the judge said a state lawyer is sick and defense witnesses aren't available. It should resume in March or April. Tonight, the EPA will host a public meeting on Coldwater Creek. The creek has been contaminated for decades with radioactive waste from the Manhattan Project back in World War II. Well, tonight, officials plan to address concerns and discuss future assistance from the EPA. The meeting will take place at 7 p.m. at the Hazelwood Civic Center on Dunn Road. Professional football returns to St. Louis in a little more than 3 months. Why the coach of the Battlehawks is excited about the home team. More fallout for Boeing following the Alaska Airlines blowout. The new legal challenges the company is facing in court. And 2 St. Louis County business owners are still gushing over what they're calling the experience of a lifetime. How their Taylor Swift moment over the weekend included a gift from the singer-songwriter.